Vorläufer Nummer 2 im Ziel. Erste Vorläufer leider Gottes oben ausgeschieden, alle beide Vorläufer, aber hier bereits im Ziel. Also wir warten jetzt nur mal auf den Start der ersten Läuferin, den sehbehindert Damen.
Hello and welcome back to the World Para-Alpine Skiing World Cup season 2017-18. Here we are in Kuhtai in Austria for the second run of the second Giant Slalom event of the competition so far. We're going to start, of course, with the women's visually impaired classification in a few moments, but as you can see, we've got nice blue skies here in Kuhtai. 60 centimeters or so of snow, the temperature around about -9 at its worst. Our athletes will be tackling the Hohimut course, some 2,329 meters above sea level. Our finishing altitude, 2,019 meters, which gives us a drop of 310 meters. This is a destination that's been holding competitions since 1909. So you'd think they'd be used to it by now, wouldn't you? All of the accommodation here in Kuhtai is pretty much based at the bottom of a run or a slope that's workable in terms of getting out there and getting some time on the piste. As I said yesterday, you can get from pillow to piste within moments. So, the start list for this first event of the afternoon. The second runs will be led off by Alexandra Frantseva, and the lady that won gold yesterday in the first Giant Slalom competition in this World Cup, Henrietta Farkasova of Slovakia, with her guide Natalia. They will go last because they were again quickest on the first run. So a chance for a double for Farkasova. Move on to the standing event after that. The favourite there will be Marie Bochet, also looking to do the double. And so too Claudia Loesch. So in the women's events, it's all about those three trying to snaffle double golds in the opening 2 days. The men's events were very much different. Giacomo Bertragnoli coming up with the quickest time for the men's visually impaired event. And in the fact that they had a bit of a surprise in that event with Mac Marceau going out in the early stages. So there will be a new winner on day 2 of the VI event. Over in the standing event, well, got Theo Rimeur leading from Alexei Bugayev, but Bugayev, yesterday's winner, wasn't too much behind him. So Rimeur will know that he's got a battle on his hands. And then in the sitting, well, Jesper Pedersen also looking for the double as he leads by nearly a second from Tyler Walker and Kurt Oatway. Away we go then with the women's visually impaired Giant Slalom competition number 2. Alexandra Frantseva, as we talked about earlier, with her guide Semen Bliaskin, one of our neutral Paralympic athletes. Alexandra has a brother, Ivan Frantsev, who competes as a para skier as well. She gets us started here. Her morning run was 1:16.71. So, Frantseva looking to improve on that. That's will be followed by Millie Knight and Sana up next. That's the next two. Let's have the slalom gold winner in Sochi, and along with the super combined as well. Comes through the line a 1:20.54. It's a total of 2:37.25. So not her best work here for Alexandra Frantseva. That's Millie Knight getting underway with Brett Wild. Wild leading the way for Knight. Here in her second run, it's not been maybe the medal winning form that she would have wanted going into this Kuhtai World Cup leg, but no racing possible in Samoritz, of course, so this is their first real chance to get going in competitive action. 1:14.56 for Millie Knight. That's also somewhat slower than her first as well. Knight clocking 1:14.56. Eleanor Sana now. Sister Chloe as guide. 20 years of age. Lives in Coun Saint-Etienne. Chloe and Eleanor, one after the other, cross the line in a time of 1:10.91. Now that gives them a 2:20.99 altogether. 2:20.91. This should be Kelly Gallagher now on your screens of Great Britain. Experienced British athlete, 32 now. Guide is Gary Smith. Gallagher, banks of experience and medals at World and Winter Games. Gold in the Super G in 2014 in Sochi. She's to come with something close to that. Gallagher's time 1:10 exactly, so she's in first. Over half the course. Over half the athletes still left to come, so Gallagher has a chance. If one of these next three fails to get inside a combined time of 2:18, then Gallagher has that chance. 2:18.44. Menna Fitzpatrick is next. And, she comes through the line. That time for Fitzpatrick. Just wait for the official time for Menna Fitzpatrick. That will come through in just a moment. This is Noemi Eva Ristav of Germany. Ristav coming in with 1:05.51 this morning. So Ristav chasing not only another medal, but can she get any closer to Henrietta Farkasova of Slovakia, or will the Slovakian athlete get back-to-back golds? Here comes Ristav. Naomi Eva. Und auf der Strecke aus der Slowakei, die schnellste aus dem ersten Durchgang, die führende mit 1:30. Just waiting to confirm the times for both of those. We'll do that in just a moment. Die nächste Gruppe, die stehend Damen. Kasova at the top, waiting on.
Spanien.
106 from Stout in her run. So that means 2:11.92 as a total time. We're still waiting for the official time from Menna Fitzpatrick. That's what the cause of the delay here is. Technology and cold. What can I say? Something is always going to have an issue. So Noemi Rustau, just on your screen now at her guide Lucien Yekal. They are indeed the leaders at the moment of this VI competition for the ladies. Just a slight delay. Kenny Gallagher there in the background. That's Simon Pliaskin, who is Alexandra Franceva's guide. A big smile for Noemi. It was bronze yesterday. It will be at least silver today. But she's being made to wait for it. Franceva went first. Fakasova goes last. Enough real opportunity to bag that second gold in 2 days. But again, just being held and now getting the signal that they can come forward. So 2:11.92 is the time to beat. 1:03.37 was what she achieved this morning. Menna Fitzpatrick time confirmed as 1:07.35, so that's her in second. But it's this lady who is proving very hard to beat. Here she goes. Fakasova for the double. Fakasova.
Also auf der Strecke ist jetzt die Startnummer 4, die
2:11.92
schnellste aus dem ersten Durchgang. Ich hoffe, dass wir jetzt mit der Zeitnehmung, da haben wir jetzt ein Tafelproblem gehabt, nicht mit der Zeitnehmung, sondern mit der Anzeige. Also jetzt sind wir wieder mit dabei im Renngeschehen. Also
ecstatic to win gold at the Paralympics in both 2010 and 2014, of course. And through the line she comes. That run itself is 1:04.53, a staggering run. And 2:07.90. She's getting all the applause at the bottom of the hill there. A hug from the coach, and well, they've been stood in the winner's box a little while, have Rustau and Gukau, but it's not to be. And Greta Fakasova takes gold again in the VI event. We'll start the standing event. This is Barbara Perez-Durjuan. Durjuan is looking to improve on that 1:22.16 from the morning run. All of the VI athletes made it down seamlessly, it would appear. So now into the standing event. Perez-Durjuan just kicking up a wide turn on that right hander. It's quite flat in that section. And you start to recoup some speed through the middle of the course, and sunlight just disappearing behind the piece that we're on and behind the mountain that we're facing.
Bereits 222,
Certainly a lot cooler
22 auf der Strecke.
out here. Don't let those
Perez de
clear
Juan
skies
Barbara
fool you, of
aus
course.
Spanien mit der Startnummer 23.
Coming towards the bottom section of the course then now. Perez de Juan with just 4 more gates to come through. Again, really fighting that right-hander and slowing herself down to 49.71 is the total. That was a 127.55 run. So Barbara Perez Juan of Spain completes her second day. This is Ursula Marimon, also from Spain. Marimon 119.17 this morning. And down goes Marimon rather unceremoniously, and the long slide to a halt begins. Just being helped into an upright position, but seems okay.
An der dritten Position dann mit die Läuferin Pavlova Maria. Das sind einmal die ersten 3 in dieser Gruppe aus dem ersten Durchgang.
Marimon receives some attention. Next up will be Melanie Schwartz of the United States. 32-year-old, originally from Toronto. And, so small weight whilst Marimon receives whatever assistance and treatment she may need. Athlete's health, of course, of the utmost importance. She's been helped over to the side. That was the end of her second run.
Also nicht ins Ziel kommen wird die Startnummer 10, did not finish the number 10.
Doesn't make it all the way down. Melanie Schwartz, single leg skiers here in this classification. The use of the left ski. 32-year-old,
did not finish the number 10.
Originally from Toronto, getting all sorts of sideways there and having to correct herself. A good bit of balance through that section a moment ago. And again, just allowing herself to turn too sharply inwards. Through the slow flat section, and now turns her attention to the last half of the course, and she's having a real tussle.
Schwarz Melanie mit der Startnummer 19.
Bring the team hotel into view as they come over that hill, and Schwartz now starting to get to the final 10 gates or so. Turning into the bottom stretch then. Just 2 more gates after this, and Schwartz will register a second time. First one was 1:18.12, 1:19.37 for her second run. Combined time of 2:37.48. So she leads for a moment. That's Elena Kratter's start. This is Kratter live now in full flow. The orange helmet leaning quite far forward to get some speed and just trying to crouch down a little. Kratter coming up to the 2 minute and 30-second section. It'll be 2:32 in total. 2:32.81, 1:16.11 for the run. Anastasia Kahorosheva is out next. 21-year-old from Moscow.
2:32.81.
Maneuvering her way through. Of course, that best of a 5th place in the 2015 World Championships on the slalom, 6th in the Giant Slalom that year. She's going to be outside of Kratter's time. 2:32.81 the total, 2:34.44 for Kahorosheva. That brings up Erin Latimer of Canada.
Erin Latimer, die nächste Läuferin auf der Strecke. Mit der Startnummer 20 im Zielhang ist sie unterwegs.
Latimer looks like she might be inside this 2:32. She is 2:31.01 as a finishing time. So Latimer now leads.
Sie hat eine Laufzeit von 2:31.01. 2:31.01.
Melania Corradini, 30-year-old from Tasula. Just the use of the right-hand pole. Bib number 9, Corradini, 1:13.12 this morning.
Nummer 9, Corradini Melania.
And Melania Corradini crosses in 1:15.46. It's the fastest run of the second session so far, and that means she leads on 2:28.58. Anna Jochumsen next, bib number 17. Jochumsen didn't complete the first run yesterday. She did so this morning. So Jochumsen now looking to get inside 2:28.58. And 32-year-old going well so far. 2 more gates to go. She should be well inside the 2:28 as she crosses the line in 2:21.85, 1:11.23 for the run, which is much quicker by 4.2 seconds from Melania Corradini. So Jochumsen will stand herself in the winner's box for now. Petra Smazova of Slovakia out there now. Smazova looking very quick on the course here, getting as close as she possibly can to those gates. Smazova crossing the line. The 27-year-old leads 1:09.35. Time's getting quicker. 2:17.49. Smazova in pole position at the moment. Alana Ramsey, 22-year-old from Calgary. No fallers since an accident for Maramon, so these ladies battling hard. During the bumps to 12. To 12.64. Well, 105.52. So Ramsey stretches a lead over Smazova with Papulova, Rothfuss and Bochet to come. So Ramsey now hoping for a medal. It's a big ask. Papulova, another of our neutral athletes. 35-year-old from Chusovoi in Russia. Has she got a medal-winning performance here? She's second. Alana Ramsey guaranteed a medal here. 2:12.64. Papulova, despite being second or third fastest after the first run, drops out of medal positions if the next two are as quick as they were this morning. Andrea Rothfuss. '28-year-old. To 11, no, 2:10. 2:10.85. She's well inside the 2:12. So Bochet, to win it, must come inside 2:10.85 here. Ramsey is guaranteed at least bronze. Any slip up here from yesterday's winner, Bochet. Well, Maria Papulova is destined at the moment to finish fourth, as she did yesterday, despite being third quickest going into this. This is a great run from Bochet, though. Superb. 1:02.16. What a run that is for Marie Bochet of France. And so far, we are getting repeat performances of yesterday from all of the women's competitions. Bochet, 1:02.16. It's a 2:05.30. She's some 5.5 seconds back forward from Andrea Rothfuss of Germany. Fantastic stuff from Bochet. And the 23-year-old has her second gold in 2 days.
2:05.30. 2:05.30. Das ist die Siegerin heute, die inoffizielle.
So there are the results from the women's VI contest a little bit earlier on as well. Again, Pakasova just much quicker than the rest of the field here. It's so promising going into the rest of not only the World Cup Series, but everybody's minds set on PyeongChang, Winter Paralympic Games. Coming up next then, the sitting competition. Claudia Loesch, will she be the third straight female athlete to do a gold double here in the opening 2 days? Loesch, with yesterday's victory already in the bag. And just 6 runners left in this sitting event. So Heike Edder, Ruth Hackspiel, Laurie Stevens, Annalena Forster, Momoka Muraoka and Claudia Loesch will contest the medals. The minor medals will go to different places for a fact. Anna Schachelhuber, who got bronze yesterday, went out this morning. So somebody will get a different medal. It was Momoka Muraoka who led after the first run yesterday. And Loesch then came up with a very classy second run of 1:08.75. Muraoka made mistakes on her second run, 1:14. She was bitterly disappointed with that. Heike Eder gets underway in this sitting competition then. Eder is married to Armin Eder, formerly Heike Türsche. 29-year-old human resources manager. And coming up to the 2-minute mark in total. Eder will set the benchmark for everybody else. And the thing is, it's not such a bad thing going first out of 6, because with these monoski events, as we saw yesterday and we've seen so far today, there can be 3, 4, 5, 6 ladies go out. So Heike Eder's task is to set a time and, well, not quite hope that people fall, but maybe watch the rest struggle. A little wide there. Would have liked a much tighter line coming into the drop down to the finish to start building the speed straight away. So the time to beat 2:36.97.
Mit einer Laufzeit von 2:36,97. 2:36,97. 2:36.97. 2:36.97. Nicht ins Ziel kommen wird die Startnummer 30. Did not finish on number 30. Non arriva il numero 30. Nächste Läuferin ist mit der Startnummer 32. Die viertschnellste aus dem ersten Durchgang aus den Vereinigten Staaten, Stephen Lowry.
2:36.97. That's Laurie Stevens waiting. So, Kuhtai Spiel should be bib number 30. So this is Stevens. I'll fill you in on Hagspiel when I know a little bit more.
Gestartet, die Startnummer 32. Wie gesagt,
Stevens.
Nicht kommen wird die Startnummer 30. Did not finish the number 30. The next racers and the course is 32.
Hagspiel has not finished somewhere on the course, so Laurie Stevens is the next one down. And again, in a field of only 6 in this second run. Oh, and Stevens has caused herself some problems as well. And that's another out. So Heike Eder only needs one more athlete to make a mistake here. And she could get herself a medal. And it is just as important to get down sometimes as it is to get down quickly. Annalena Forster will have only gold in her mind. Sometimes that extra bit of effort can cause the mistakes, but that's lovely. Just grinding away through that turn. Big bumps on the circuit you saw there, but Forster able to hang on. So Annalena, silver yesterday, sitting in third going into this run.
Das ist Rennatmosphäre in Kuhtai auf 2020 Meter, die auf dieser hohen Mut
22-year-old. Edging towards the final part of the course then. She'll have the sun at her back as she comes into the final 4 or 5 gates. It's just creeping through a gap between the mountains and the clouds. Into the sunlight she comes then. Right at her back. And she flies through the finishing line to take the lead. 17.36 seconds ahead. Eder is down in second now, with Muraoka and Claudia Loesch to come. Surely neither of these two will make a mistake. I've said it now, haven't I? 1:10.88 for Forster, 2:19.61 that total time. Muraoka disappointed not to get a medal yesterday, finishing in 4th after leading in the first run. Now all she needs to do is stay on the course, and she'll get herself a medal at this speed. Can she affect Claudia Loesch? Can she get above Annalena Forster? It was her second run that let her down yesterday. Here she comes towards the line then. 2:16.70. Muraoka leads. 2.91 seconds clear of Annalena Forster. With Claudia Loesch left to come. Heikki Eder needs yesterday's gold medal winner to make a mistake. But Claudia Loesch doesn't make many of those. A little wide there. In terms of timing, that might cost her a little bit. But Loesch flying as usual. Great strength to throw these mono skis around. Into the sunlight she comes then. 2:16.70 is what we're looking for. Easy. Claudia Loesch, back-to-back golds. 2:13 exactly. 1:06.74 in this second run. And all three of the winners in the women's events from yesterday have done it again. Loesch, 2:13 exactly. And we're already underway with Australia's Patrick Jensen in the men's visually impaired classification. That's Lara Falk, who you can hear. So, great to get a little bit of the audio from the helmets and the microphones being used by the coaches. They did confess that some of the coaches use the odd naughty word here and there, but hopefully we won't pick that up. Jensen, 1:09.76 this morning. Yesterday he finished both his runs, came 10th. So just looking on improvements throughout. You can see Jensen just getting his instructions from Lara when and where to tuck in. A bit of a smile there from Patrick, and Mark Batum of the United States is next up. Aid Yamamoto is the guide. Just picking up some of those instructions, not exactly clear to us, but certainly see the level of communication that happens, and he's in the lead. Batum has the lead for now. 1:09.59 in his first run. Combine that with the 1:08.08 he's just pulled off there. That's 2:17.67.
Die nächste Paarung auf der Strecke, die Startnummer 51.
So Sean Pianta next. Pianta heading to the line in 1:08.73, which means he's second. Batum stays top. Kevin Burton now. It's Australia-US to get us started. Burton finishing in 11th yesterday. Pianta went down in the very first run yesterday, so He'll be happy to have got 2 runs under his belt on the second day. Of course, Batten hitting the deck in the second run yesterday as well. Here comes Burton. And we have a new leader, 2:13.79 for Kevin Burton. Matches Krezel is up next. Krezel. What a 6.55, what a 6.65 this morning. A 26-year-old from Katowice in Poland. And towards the bottom end of this run. 2:13 now, the time that somebody needs. Into the final 4 gates then. Krezel needs 2:13.79. 2:13.61, so not a lot, but he's in front of Kevin Burton. 0.18 over difference. Now Gernot Morgenfurt.
Gernot aus Österreich, aus dem österreichischen Team, die Startnummer 39 auf der Strecke.
Gernot only taking up the sport in recent years. And the 52-year-old. In this an international debut. Nothing like making an international debut in your own country. Sure he's feeling the love from some of the local guys and girls here. 1:06 the run, 2:11.16. He leads the competition, 2:11.16. He's 2.45 in front of Maciej Krezel. Jakub Krakow of Slovakia is up next. Just 6 athletes left to complete the course, Krakow being one of those 6. 27-year-old. Krakow's guide is Branislav Brosman. You see Brosman just bringing Jakob home. Great second run, 60.95, 2:03.77, so much quicker than the rest of the field so far. 5 to come. Bratko Zubov, one of our neutral Paralympic athletes, up next. 45-year-old. Crashing through that last couple of gates. Yevgeny Giroyev, the guide here. I'm sure wife Elena is paying attention back at home, watching on as Valery crosses the line in second. 2:05.51 at 63.02 for that second run. So Valery will probably miss out on the medals from here. Krakow continues to lead. This is Ivan Frantsev. Husband of Frantseva from the women's VI competition. Denis Perevoschikov guides him through in 1:02.80, and that means he goes second. So Jakub Krakow has had a tremendous second run and has put himself in medal contention here. 3 left to come. Kubatska, Hereos and Bertagnoli. Remember, no Mac Marcoux, the winner from yesterday, went out this morning. So this is Marek Kubatska. This is the man with the lowest visual acuity, the B1 classified athlete. And Kuhtai, the 29-year-old, with a big opportunity to pick up a medal here. See his guide, Maria Zatovikova, much slower than many of those before him, but that's because of the severity of the impairment. So to guide anybody down a hill, let alone at competitive speed, is an achievement. 58.69. In fact, 58.68 is the official timing. Kuhtai, with 2 to go, leads. He's got himself a medal here in the Kuhtai World Cup. Kuhtai will at least take bronze. 159.17. Hareus clattering a couple of gates already. Always looks so quick coming down, the Slovakian. The 31-year-old was silver medal winner yesterday. No Mac Marcoux, you must have thought he'd have a good chance here today of taking gold. And up stepped Giacomo Bertagnoli. Hareus has one chance here in this giant slalom to pull something out of the bag towards the line. He's second. 159.89. 0.72 still behind Kuhtai. So Marek Kuhtai from Slovakia will take at least silver. Hareus will finish on the podium again. This is Giacomo Bertagnoli from Italy. Through the line he comes. 58.50. He's gone and done it. He raises his arms. Giacomo Bertagnoli takes gold for Italy in the second giant slalom event here in Kuhtai. 157.71 is the final time. A 58.50. It was the quickest run in the second run by just 0.18, but he's beaten Kuhtai by 1.46 seconds. Miroslav Hareus is forced into third position in the end, some 2.18 seconds back. They are the only guys inside 2 minutes, and they are your medal winners here in the VI competition. Robin Kusch will be first up in the men's standing event. "24 men left to come in this standing event. Robin Kusch will look to set the first time for everyone else to chase. Don't forget, if you want to get in touch, you can use the hashtag Paralpine. You can also follow us using that as well.
Die Strecke wurde wieder freigegeben für die nächste Gruppe, die steht an. Der Kurs ist clear for the next group, man standing. Mit der Startnummer 64, Kusch Robin, der erste Läufer aus der Schweiz. The first number was his starting is 64, Kusch Robin on Switzerland.
Kusch starts to make his way down. 19-year-old Swiss athlete. Our athletes with a impaired range of motion. You see him the ability to use both poles, but comes from Neuchâtel, home of Neuchâtel Xamax, the football team.
Bereits gestartet. Die Startnummer 64 aus der Schweiz, Küsch Robin.
Robin Kusch punches the bottom half now. Into the sunlight, to the line. Kusch delivers 2 runs in a day. This one comes out at 101.25, so it's 203.39. Robin Kusch sets a target for everyone else. Go PyeongChang next out of the gates. PyeongChang number 72. That's a green helmet and predominantly all white ski outfit. Again, just the use of the left hand to assist with the pole, and through the line comes PyeongChang, and it's quick. Well, 59.93. It's a 201.58 for Nico. So the Austrian leads so far. The first time we've had inside a minute from the standing athletes, and Thomas Glocher should be the next athlete. There's a potential that this is a DNF from Glocher, and there it is. Just getting all caught up in one of those gates, and down he goes. So that's a definite DNF from Thomas Glocher. Martin France will be next to face the course for a second time. Slovakian, 33-year-old from Chobanovo.
Did not finish at number 72. 62, sorry.
See,
62, also Startnummer 62 kommt nicht.
Some of the previous races
did not finish at number 62.
Having a chat with one of the members of the IPC team. And those interviews brought to you later on either Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. Again, use @Paralpine to give us a bit of a follow. With all the exclusive content that you don't see here live on the stream. Martin France moving his way through the course nice and neatly. 5 different languages does Martin. One of them being French, which is understandable. His debut in the World Championships in Slovakia in 2004, so he's vastly experienced. His idol is US Alpine skier Bodie Miller. Looking to get near the 201.58. PyeongChang is just set. Came 9th yesterday. PyeongChang's time isn't beaten. 202.86. Martin France with a 101.67. So Nico stays in first position.
Aliabief Alexander mit der 81, der nächste Läufer. Aliabief Alexander.
Alyabayev is next. Alexander Alyabayev, 8th place finish yesterday.
Da ist ein Ziel lang eingefahren. Letzten 3 Tore noch.
28-year-old crosses the line
Geht durch mit 2:00.
and just takes the lead. 0.69, 59.75 on this second run. 2 minutes, 0.89 his total time. So he leads by 0.69 of a second from Nico Prijancic. So Martin Wirtz next.
Ins Rennen gegangen, Wirtz Martin, Österreich. Und da gibt es einen heißen
4-year-old
Podest, also die Läufer
use of
sind
the
ja
right-hand pole.
Martin jetzt nur jeweils ein paar Zehntel getrennt bis auf das Stockerl, also bis
Drops down here into the final stretch then. 2 more gates to come.
Martin, der erste, der ins Ziel kommt,
Lunging for the line and coming in outside of the top 2. Martin Wirtz doesn't catch Aryabayev or Prijancic at the moment. Those two stay where they are. So Santeri Kiveri. A lot of very quick guys to come here, but Santeri Kiveri 17.
Santeri Kiveri, der wird nicht ins Ziel kommen. Der nächste Läufer auf seinen Start wartet, did not finish the number 61. Non arriva il numero 61.
Well, on your screen it says Thomas Peel, but it's not. It's Santeri Kiveri, number 61. The Finnish athlete just in the bottom of half of the course here, and he's through the line. So Kiveri's time puts him in third, 60.20, 2 minutes, 0.42. Thomas Peel will be next up. Kasova being interviewed once again. I'm sure that's something she gets used to. The amount of winning that she does. So Kiveri comes through the line. Aljabev still leads. Aljabev this is Thomas Field, number 60. That's correct. And Thomas looking to maybe improve on the bronze medal from yesterday. That's 7 athletes quicker than him this morning. So a challenge to make the podium for a second day running for Thomas. The challenge he's embracing here. Cheers of encouragement in that section. Kiveri's time in total is 2 minutes, 0.42. And Fiel's done it. 58.60 in this second run, 158.78. So a new leader after Bauchet is next up though. Bauchet just 17. Showed the world what he could do at the World Championships in big style. Giant Slalom winner. A 2:13.63 combined score that day. Bauchet, also the winner of the slalom contest, and a silver in the Super G. Burst onto the scene in Treviso. What's he got here? 1:59. It's not good enough for the lead. Thomas Peel continues to lead, 1:58.78. It's not been Bauchet's day. He came 5th yesterday. It'll be a similar position for Bauchet today. Markus Saucher from Austria up next. Here he is. Markus Saucher. 26-year-old from Klagenfurt,
Startnummer, also auf Stockerl 1,
Student.
1:00:17 aus dem ersten Durchgang.
Media and communications. Oh, he's just got a little wide there.
Thomas
He's
war
kept it
800 schneller als der Markus im ersten Durchgang.
on track as,
Also der Markus war schneller. Jetzt werden wir
as we
schauen,
look at him.
wer
Again,
führt
that's
hier
the
mit
use of the
1:58.
left pole.
Und auf der Strecke der Salcher Markus, der jetzt die Zeit angreift von Phil Thomas, der im Leaderboard steht, hier im zweiten Durchgang.
And the man that was the winner of the downhill and the Super G in Sochi, Markus Sarker, pushing hard
Und jetzt
as
warten
we
wir,
enter
jetzt
the
ist er dann schön langsam
end of
auf den Sieger.
2017 with
Markus.
attentions turning to PyeongChang
Und da ist
in
er.
the early part of next
Salcher
year.
Markus.
Sarker wants 158, will not get it.
Die Bestzeit wird
2
er nicht
minutes,
anschauen.
0.39.
Schafft er sie nicht, die
He's
Zeit
down in
für
third
Thomas.
now. So Thomas Field continues to lead. 5 quick athletes still to come.
Lindström Aron, der nächste mit der 71 aus Schweden. Lindström Aron.
Lindström,
Der war der fünftschnellste aus
who
dem
was
ersten Durchgang.
breath of
Der
fresh
erste,
air
der
this morning,
unter
real
einer
quick,
Minute geblieben ist,
was Lindström.
Aron aus Schweden.
What can the Swede come up with here? Oh, just a little erratic, but he's pushing for time. 1:58.78 he needs to beat. He's done it. No, 1:59.10. Second, just 0.32 in it. Oh, Aaron Lindström, just a little roll of the head when he saw the finish time.
Immer noch in Führung der Läufer aus der Schweiz. Und ein Mannschaftskollege von ihm führt hier aus dem ersten Durchgang.
Right. This is Mitchell Gawley, who led for a long old time this morning. Good Mitchell.
Aus Australien mit der Startnummer 54.
Oh, he's gone down.
Der jetzt hier die Bestzeit angreifen wird.
Well,
Und leider gut.
Gawley
Immer Ziel des
slides out of the contest.
Zum Verhängnis gewonnen. Did not finish in
Just
number
coming over this
54.
hill here, it just gets away from him underneath.
54.
Just
Aus den
enough
USA.
for him to drop onto his left side and out.
Durchgang Walsh Thomas mit der Startnummer 66.
Thomas Field still leads. Gawley has gone.
Es führt
Thomas Walsh will be
Also
next.
jetzt, ab dem nächsten Läufer, kann er sich schon langsam vorbereiten aufs Stockerl. Und sein
Thomas Field
Mannschaftskollege, der schnellste aus dem
will
ersten
be,
Durchgang, der Kuhtai, der
wishing
wartet
and hoping.
auf seinen Start.
Oh, smashes
Und
through that
jetzt
one.
werden wir schauen. Walsh
He's lucky
Thomas,
not to straddle it, to be fair. 58.69, he's in the lead.
1:57:14,
What a time that is.
neue Bestzeit.
It's the second quickest time of the second run, but it's
1:57:14.
combined with his first gives him a 1:57.14.
Der zweite aus dem ersten Durchgang.
So he leads from field by 1.64.
70.
Alexei Bugayev has gone early.
Die neue Richtzeit,
Well, you can
die
see
neue
Bugayev
Bestzeit,
there.
57
Gold medal winner yesterday. And Bugayev has, has his second
Nicht ins Ziel kommt,
descent
Startnummer
ended
17.
very early.
Did not finish the number 17.
And
Von Rival Nummer
there's a
17.
smile from
Bugayev,
Thomas
Alexei,
Walsh. I think
also
somebody's
der
just told him that Bugayev
schon mal am Stockerl.
hasn't made it down.
Kuhtai,
People looking on.
der nächste, der schnellste
And
aus
there'll be a
dem
bit of a
ersten
pause
Durchgang.
before we get Theo Gmür. Gmür is the only man now that can stop America's Thomas Walsh from taking this gold on day 2.
Leider Gottes ausgeschieden, der zweitschnellste aus dem ersten Durchgang mit der Startnummer
Smiling away.
Did not finish the number 17.
Theo Gmür, the Swiss. Waiting patiently 21-year-old. We've seen some big names make mistakes, and there's an early slide. So Theo Guimard now has to concentrate on getting down as quick as he can. How much time will he have lost with that little early mistake? He had nearly 2 seconds on Walsh, to be fair, so as long as he doesn't make anything really big, he should be good here, but he's got to concentrate on getting down here in 1:57.14. Theo Guimard wants 1:57.14. Just 10 seconds here. Into the final 4 he comes. 3 left. 2 now as he drives to his left side. Tucks in. He'll do it. 1:55.51. It's the 3rd fastest time of the second run, but he didn't need to be the quickest. His time from this morning enough to give him an advantage over Thomas Walsh of 1.63. The mistake at the top did indeed cost him a little bit, but not enough to stop him. And it's gold for Switzerland's Theo Guimard. Jordan Brossin was scheduled next to go. That's number 69, but this is Kirk Schornstein, so not sure what happened to Brossin. We'll pick that up maybe in a second or so. This is definitely Schornstein.
Did not finish the number 69,
So Jordan Brossin not finishing his second run. Schornstein now delivering the goods on his second run.
Wir hören heute die Schweizer Hymne bei der Preisverteilung.
Comes Kirk into the final stages then. He crosses the line in a time of 1:02.40 and 13th in the second run, 13th in total as well, 2:05.28. Alexei Mikushin, 19 years old, making a competitive debut here on the international circuit. One of our neutral Paralympic athletes. And Mikushin
und bereits im Zielhang unterwegs. Alexei Mikushin
crossing the line. 9.19 back on Theo Guimard of Switzerland, but he'll finish in 13th, or at least that's where he is at the moment. Kuhtai Koike is next. This is Koike pushing on through the gates. Don't forget, if you want to get in touch with us, you can. Just use the hashtag #ParaAlpine and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat, of course, for all the exclusive content outside of this live broadcast. We'll bring you every day of every edition of the World Para-Alpine Skiing World Cup. Don't forget, we go to Zagreb inside the new year, the 8th and 9th of January. So certainly here in Austria we've had some fantastic racing already in the opening 2 days. This is James Stanton. That time from Kuhtai Koike was 2:09.82. That put him down in 15th position. Stanton here racing through.
gestern. Aber Gratulation natürlich, der Platz 1 und 3. Ganz, ganz toll, was diese Burschen hier geleistet haben.
Through the line he comes in a 103.67.
Und Stanton James.
James Stanton DNF'd in the first run of yesterday. He's completed 2 runs here very nicely indeed.
2:09:32, 2:09.32.
Andreas Kurz.
09:32. Andreas Kurz ist jetzt lang am Weg. Der Kurz Andreas mit der Startnummer 74.
DNF'd in the opening run yesterday, so he's had a much better second day here in Kuhtai. Kurz into the final section then. The spectators at the bottom of the hill can see him in view now. And Kurz finishing in 107.56. That's 2:15.06 in total. Kohiri Takahashi is next. And then there's no Jasper PyeongChang, according to what I'm told. So it should be match short of Great Britain after this.
Ausgeschieden bereits im oberen Streckenteil, die Startnummer 78. Did not finish the number 78. Wir haben jetzt noch 2 Läufer oben bei den stehenden Herren. Dann müssen wir den Start wieder ein bisschen umbauen, das Rutschkommando durchschicken. Kleine Startunterbrechung und dann die letzte Gruppe. Ja. Aber jetzt warten wir hier auf Takahashi Koe aus Japan.
Finishes 107.15. That's 2:15.15 altogether. His match short.
Und der letzte Läufer ist bereits unterwegs bei den stehenden.
7-year-old, originally from Pembury. Lives in London. Short, looking to register a decent time here at 1:16.18 this morning. All the right leg just coming away from the snow, but crossing the line in 1:15.26. Punches the air, does Matt Short.
2:31.44. 2:31.44.
And one of those men with an ambition to, of course, compete at the Paralympic Winter Games. Amputation to his left leg.
Für die Startnummer 84, 2:31.44.
Short finishes. And he's a man who's fought off cancer in his lifetime, so a trip down a mountain for Matt Short, that's pretty much nothing. So lots of fantastic stories about many of these athletes, and we'll tell them as we go through these World Cup series, running all the way to the early part of February when we finish with the World Cup finals in Kimberley in Canada. And again, you can follow all of the action through the World Para Alpine Skiing section of the Paralympic.org website. St. Moritz snowed off. Kuhtai, we're away. And next January, Zagreb, Kansagora, Vesones and Teens. So make sure you join us for all of those before we head off to Kimberley. And then, of course, these athletes with PyeongChang in mind and becoming a Winter Paralympic champion. For many of them, it's a first-time experience. For quite a lot, this will be their multiple visit to the Winter Paralympic Games. We're all learning new names as we go along. We had one in Jeroen Kamstra, who became world champion at the beginning of this year, but he's bowed out on both of the opening runs so far this weekend. And he hasn't affected the medals at all. Jesper Pedersen had the best of the day yesterday and looks in sparkling form again. So he'll be the man to beat. This is Kenji Natsumi. Natsumi will look to set the fastest time and the benchmark time. 44-year-old. Athletes in this final event of the day. Natsumi looking good to complete the second run of the day for him. Into the final section he comes then. One more gate and Natsumi gives us something to aim for. 2:20.30. So Kenji Natsumi
2:20.30. 2:20.30. 2:20.30. François Frédéric aus Frankreich mit der Startnummer 106.
That's his time. Next up then, this is Frédéric François of France.
Im Ziel unterwegs.
40 years of age, Frédéric. And he's pushing on towards the line. 1:06.14 for the run. 5.5 seconds quicker than Kenji Natsumi. So Francois will place himself in the winner's box area and have a chat for a couple of moments. A new process at World Cup events. Now, this, I believe, is Simon Vralner. And Vralner is out, spinning out of that right-hand bend. So, first of our sitting athletes to spin out. This is Thomas Nolte. Oh dear. Nolte taking a real big hit into the fence panels. He's the first to leave the course altogether here. He seems okay. He's certainly in an upright position, and they'll try and raise the barriers to let him back onto the course to come down. So Thomas Norte taking a big hit. We might get another look at that in a few moments. He's actually nearly tangled himself up in the cables that go up to control the cameras right at the top there. So we might get another look at that in a couple of moments. It was certainly a hefty collision. There you go. That's kind of how high up we are. So this is Thomas Nolte again. He just can't get back to a right-handed position and hits the fence and nearly uses it as a ramp, I suppose. So, Thomas Nolte. Goes for a bit of high-flying activity.
Nicht ins Ziel kommen, did not finish a number 109.
Being put back, so that's Simon Wallner and Thomas Norte with DNFs against their name. You can see Zinka Leko, who's one of our start referees. That's the lady to the left, the rather Groovy sunglasses on and the blue hat. I'm not sure of the man's name. I keep asking. Nobody seems to want to tell me. Here's Nolte again. Look, he just comes around that first right-hand bend, or left-hand bend, should I say, and then he needs to correct himself, and he just doesn't have the strength to push himself back onto the right side, and that's due to the speed that he was already going round on his left side. So, I'm sure there was no spectators or coaches or marshals stood in that area, but certainly gave the fence a bit of a whack. Looped over. Seemed okay as he made his way down a couple of seconds ago, so that'll be a story to tell in the hotel restaurant a little bit later for Thomas Nolte.
So, soeben wurde die Strecke wieder freigegeben und wir warten auf die Startnummer 100 auf De Langen aus den Niederlanden.
Didn't put my long johns on today. I've made a glaring error. Never mind. You learn. 2:14.92. Still that time to beat from Frédéric Francois, but we're not even a quarter of the way through our contestants in this second run. Now, number 100. There's Niels De Langen. De Langen, 19 years of age, from originally from Arnhem. Gliding his way through very nicely so far. Now lives in Heteren. Encouraged, like so many of our athletes, by his parents to give it a go at ski. They were big lovers of skiing.
Und auf den warten wir jetzt auf die Startnummer 100. De Langen aus den Niederlanden.
11 months. Meant that his left leg was severely damaged.
Morgen nächstes Rennen. Morgen
his right leg
Slalom,
below the knee as well. So
auf dieser Strecke hier. Auf der Strecke holt es. Der Läufer aus Holland geht durchs Ziel. Aus den Niederlanden geht durchs Ziel.
5 seconds quicker.
2:09.92. 2:09.92. 2:09.92.
Little smile there from Niels. Gershi Suzuki.
Aus Japan mit der 88. Der nächste Läufer hier auf der Strecke. Und da haben wir ja noch einen Österreicher hier, der...
We're still 9 athletes away from the current leader, Jesper Pedersen, doing his second run. Tyler Walker was a lot closer today after the first run than he was yesterday. We'll see who can hold their nerve. This is Suzuki. Moving down into the final section then. And Suzuki 1:04.47 is outside of Niels De Langen's time. That time of 2:09.92 still stands for Niels De Langen of the Netherlands. Taiki Mori. Mori with time of 1:05.25 this morning. Getting a little kick out to his right side a moment ago, but Mori able to control it nicely and will come through in a time that's still behind Niels De Langen. So Robin Rabel is the next to attack Niels De Langen's time. The 26-year-old Austrian from Seoul.
Jetzt werden wir schauen, mit der Wut im Bauch wird jetzt da runterfahren. In der Pause habe ich ihn drüben getroffen, aber der war fast nicht ansprechbar. Der Roman
Rabel.
Richtig zornig war er auf sich selber, dass er den ersten Durchgang da ein bisschen verhaut hat. Jetzt ist er ins Rennen gegangen. Rabel Roman aus dem österreichischen Team.
Was in a skiing accident back in 2007, but was desperate to continue his love for the sport. And here he is, Roman Rabel, crossing the line. 103.95. That puts him in front by 1.69 seconds. Roman Rabel leads. We're still 7 away from seeing the current leader from round 1, René Di Silvestro.
Di Silvestro, René mit der Startnummer 102, der Italiener, ist im Rennen. Aber jetzt stellt er sich mal.
Silvestro's time this morning, 103.96, so nearly 3/10 quicker than Roman Rabel, so we have that as a slight advantage. Will he be able to use it? Oh, it's a great time for René Di Silvestro. He may have only been 0.3 ahead of Roman Rabel this morning. He has gone 2:04.74 here. Brilliant stuff for René Di Silvestro of Italy. So Akira Kano is next. 21-year-old from Abashiri. And of course living in Nagano, like many of the athletes, to get that practice. And, pushing through the course at a good speed here. Kano into the bottom few gates, then 2:08 exactly, so he's second. That run from Di Silvestro is proving to be a very useful time. This is Johan Taboulet, 103.39 for Taboulet this morning. 36-year-old in Morzine in France. In a paragliding accident, Taboulet just said to himself, I want to get back to doing something I enjoy, and he's found that in skiing. He's going to be outside the top time though. He's second for now, Taboulet. We've got Kirker, Oatway, Walker and Pedersen still to come. René Di Silvestro has thrown out a really good time. 60.78 in that second run. But will the time differences between his first run and those of Kirker, Oatway, Walker and Pedersen, and Kirker's gone, so that's one he's not going to worry about. Andrew Kirker just sits and waits. Just sliding out as he bends down to the right. The ski and the rest of the mono ski depart from each other. And Andrew Kirker goes. We've got Oatway, Walker and Pedersen left, and René Di Silvestro leads so far. There you go, 2:04.74. Taboulet 2:06.49. And those two wait nervously to see. Oh, and a bit of a mistake straight away from Kurt Oatway, but he's kept it on track here. Now, this would be extremely impressive if he were to gain composure and get down inside the medal positions with two more to come. René Di Silvestro might just find himself on the podium here. Kurt Oatway, the very first gate, causing him an issue. He did have nearly 2 seconds advantage on Di Silvestro. How much did he lose there? There was a wide corner not far after that as well. Another, and into the fences goes Oatway. And again, just cutting onto the left, trying to maneuver back onto the right side to take that right bend. And Oatway ending up in the fence. He's trapped in there more than anything else, so we'll probably have a slight delay here. But with Walker and Jesper Pedersen to come, Rene Di Silvestro down in the winner's box has got a guaranteed medal. He just took a little bump, which meant instead of starting to turn to the right, he could only carry on to the left, and Oatway goes. Not sure if we can get a shot of Rene Di Silvestro in the winner's box if he's there, but I'm sure he'll have figured out that, barring a miracle, he should have himself a medal. Well, Oatway struggled at the first corner, and he looked like he was just going to try and see how much time he could recoup. So again, Rene Di Silvestro will be down in the winner's box, or the leader's box at the moment, and will have probably figured out that he's got himself a medal here. He was back in 7th after the first run, but with only really Walker and Pedersen to come of note. The Italian could well have got himself at least a bronze. And with Oatway struggling, there's no saying that Walker or Pedersen might not find an area of the course that doesn't suit.
Und ich glaube, ja, ich sehe ihn da oben schon abschwingen. Meine Vermutung war hoffentlich richtig, dass selbstständig ins Ziel abfahren
People up in the skies moving around, whether they're going home for Christmas or maybe just taking a business trip across the country. It's that time of year where everybody starts to think about going home. But here the thought process is very much still on winning World Cup medals. There you go, as I was mentioning earlier, the hotels are pretty much on the piste. You can get out there from sleet to snow very, very quickly. So Rene Di Silvestro will be down there in the winner's box, thinking, just what if these next two have got a mistake in them as well. I have to say that Pedersen himself has looked impeccable in 3 runs from 3 so far. So the weight is on. You can see the Italian team keenly looking on to see if maybe, just maybe, there's a gold in the offering for them. Tyler Walker waits patiently. 31-year-old New Hampshire, just keeping himself warm and psyched up at the top there. And until they've put all of the safety netting back in place and they've made sure that it's safe for everybody. It's very rare that people come off in exactly the same position, however you don't want to chance that. So Walker makes his start. One mistake here and the Silvestro party will be bouncing around a little more, but Tyler Walker has looked good so far here in Kuhtai and was a lot closer to Pedersen after the first run of this second Giant Slalom event than he was yesterday. So Walker a lot of strength in that upper body. There's Tyler Walker. He's using it to maneuver that mono ski nicely. A big bump there, but stays on course. So Walker needs a decent time 2:04.74 is what he needs to be inside to take the lead away from Rene Di Silvestro of Italy. Into the bottom section. Going to be tight. 2:03. He's done it. Walker leads by 1.49 with Jesper Pedersen of Norway to come. 2:03.25. See there the skill from Walker to hold on to the course. He goes and stands in the leader's box, but for how long? Pedersen already on the course then. The time 2:03.25. He had less than a second lead going into this round, but as long as it's clean. Oh, it's quick. Oh, well, he nearly had his only mishap of the course right at the end, but he's hung on, and he'll just gently slide into the winner's area, and eventually he's put 2.64 seconds between himself and the rest of the field. But it's another miraculous performance from Pedersen. A little handshake with Tyler Walker, and Pedersen will have to sit now in the winner's box whilst we have the rest come down. 5 to come here. This is Murat Pelik of Switzerland. Went out early in the first round yesterday, and there was a big smile on his face earlier on. He was much happier with himself, and he'll be desperate to get down 2 runs and just get those under his belt. He will do that. Here comes Pelli to the line. 2:21.92. That's 12th position for Murat. Did not finish number 112. Mark Sawyer has come unstuck somewhere on the course. There is our current race leader. This is Mika Vrefler. So Mika Vrefler now. There's Mark Sawyer. Well, this is Vrefler, 1:16. So it looks like he hasn't made his way down the course successfully either. He's off the course. So that's Sawyer and Vrefler bringing a rather quick end to their runs. Alessandro Varotto of Italy is up next. The 39-year-old goes out as well. Again, this does emphasize how good the top skiers really are. They're having to deal with the same course. Just a few moments ago we watched Pedersen and Walker cope, where in other areas we had Oatway and Kirker go out, and Varotto straight out of the first gate just couldn't stop that slide, and that is where we've seen a few people, including the big one from Thomas Nolte, going over the barrier a little bit earlier on, but that's exactly the area that Nolte came unstuck. So Varotto joins the DNF club, and it leaves us with Björn Behenke. Behenke is last. Jesper Pedersen knows he's won. Norwegian for a second day running. You'll find his interview by following us at Alpine. Startnummer 108, der letzte Läufer. 108. Act, to be precise. 119.90 is the time from the morning session for Björn. There's that first corner. Really giving people some issues.
Benke
Isn't
führt.
the longest of left-handers. Oh, Benke goes. Just couldn't correct himself enough. Has he kept himself on? Well, he keeps on going, so let's assume that Benke didn't miss a gate there. He was very wide. There was a shake of the head as well as he got back on the course, but clearly wants to make sure he finishes 2 from 2 today. So Benke keeps on coming. Our final contestant of the day.
Prize giving for this race, 3:15 in the restaurant Alpine.
The medal is presented in the team hotel just to the side of the course in the evenings.
Auf den letzten Läufer, Björn Benke.
See the hotel just there. That's that pink building. And Henke concentrating here on just finishing his run. That big wide turn at the beginning hasn't deterred him from making sure he finishes here. And Björn Henke comes into the lower part of the course now. That's the penultimate gate, the blue one. And through the line comes Björn. His time 2:41.83. He's 13th altogether, but he made it through his 2 runs. And there's your winner for a second day running. The only event in the men's section to have a back-to-back winner. So well done to Jesper Pedersen. Well done to all of the winners here on day 2 from Kuhtai, here at the World Cup. But from all of us, we'll give you one last look at the results of the men's sitting event. Pedersen from Walker, from maybe a surprise in René Di Silvestro, but he nearly shocked us all and took gold. But Pedersen and Walker did what they are very, very good at and got themselves right to the top of the leaderboard. You can see the list of athletes that didn't quite make it. Some spectacular exits from the course. My exit won't quite be as spectacular. Have a good evening. We'll see you all tomorrow.